college days fix, hit and repose. Crack the code, crack the flow. Sapphire lock, but we still in the show. Brute force the past, squashes explode. Get that flag, get cryptic mode. Hit and repose in the container deep. Attain the beast, no time for sleep. Nukes dump the hash, cat attack. BCTF, we bringing it back. Install from DNF, flagship drops in.
Welcome back. So this is the second video. It's going to cover Hidden RPMs 3, which is one of the harder challenges here. I have some minor updates this morning. I accidentally deleted all of the infrastructure. So that was fun. Everything is put back in place. So in the event that that happens at BloomCon, we should be pretty stable, robust, rebuildable. Disaster recovery. Unplanned disaster recovery. Second thing, I have implemented BirdCam. BirdCam is great. BirdCam is very important. It's there. If I see a cool bird midstream here, then we will all look at that bird together. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So, bald eagle or otherwise will pop up in the corner. It is quite cold out today. I don't know what the eagles are doing. Other cam. I don't know if this is still live. Malware cam. Malware cam is a malicious APK running on an Android phone. Not quite useful for anything, but I will try to utilize it somehow. Fun. Put you back. There you go, upside down land. Great. Let's get this party started. Looking at the packet here, we have Hidden RPMs 3. It builds off some of the knowledge gained from Hidden RPMs 1 and 2, right? It heavily relies on DNF and Apptainer knowledge. For this specific challenge, we are going to install a CIF container inside a running container because we need those containers to interact with the RPMs of the internal repos. Hopefully that is up and running. I didn't even check that. So we might have troubleshooting along the way. As I said, I accidentally deleted everything this morning. For this challenge, we have a partial password here. The focus was not really on can you run Hashcat with a mask and try to brute force this. It's understanding how the encryption works for the Apptainer environment as we dive deep into that. What else is in here? Where X is unknown, blah, blah, blah. Sweet. Yeah, do not forget the exclamation point at the end. Let's go grab a password. I'm going to use Alexander. Oh, yeah, side note, forgot about that. My root get hashcat. My hashcat's broken. It does not recognize my GPU, which is unfortunate. So I will bring up from the admin packet what the hashcat crack would look like. I do not have an additional cracking information system handy. If this resolves one day, I will be able to append this another time. But for the most part, since we have most of the password, we can utilize just a simple for loop with bash to go through and unlock those encrypted containers. Neat. Yes. Alexander. We are going to grab him. ASCII. He's always the first one. His name starts with an A. Bang. Now, I'm probably Ander Rodriguez. I've probably sat on this page too long. It's going to have me. Yep. Yeah, it didn't like my previous cookie. We're just going to backtrack that. No one saw that. just like last time, we could see these cool little features. I also mentioned last time something fun that you can do with Open On Demand. This will be our first side quest today. See this T5 JSON? If you have Open On Demand, it's going to try and interpret this if you utilize change directory. So if we do T5 JSON, you'll see that we are in a directory that technically does not exist, where you can define size and a bunch of other variables, including things that can be called like alerts. This will read linker files. It will take you to different locations if they exist. Yeah, so like this directory obviously doesn't exist, but just some gee-whiz neat stuff that if you figured that out during the competition and used it to your advantage, probably beneficial. Am I recording? Oh, thank God. Great. Apptainer shell. Container. Oh, I'm on the container node. Wrong node. Fucked up. Beep that in edit. Don't curse. Login node. Clear. Apptainer shell f writable tempfs. C, containers, images, mncc.sif. Just like last time, DNF info, CTF flag, hard. Gonna get some information about where this RPM is going to install. Going to clear you. This will be needed at some point. We're gonna go ahead and make root bc CTF. Typing is fun. BC CTF. Cool. We will need this down the road. It looks like it installs to user share, so let's copy that. Copying is fun. DNF in CTF flag hard. Yes, go. Cool. Clear. I forgot ncurses is not installed. Installed. Paste this flag to root. Exit. As we know from previously, root directory is bind mounted to our user home when we're in fake root. Also is bind mounted to the regular home file system. You have access to both. We should see in our directory flag.sif. Let's clear this out. File flag.sif. Looks like it is a Singularity runtime executable. If we do apptainer sif list flag sif, will give us information about the metadata of that container. Right here we can see that it is encrypted, and the thing that is not encrypted is the def file. So if we apptainer sif dump 1 mncc or flag, yeah, sif, we can see that the flag.txt was put into the root directory of this container. Unfortunately, if we attempt to apptainer shell flag sif, we'll be prompted for passphrase, and this is where you will run into your first situation in which you will need an additional computer. The SUID bit for this apptainer installation is not there, so you will not, even if you have the correct password, be able to decrypt this. You will get a direct permission denied. So there are some ways around that. We're going to explore them right now. The focus of this CTF was to use as much of the infrastructure as possible. Obviously, there are things that are much easier to interact with when you are root and you have your own system. So that's pretty much performing a little bit of data exfiltration. Maybe we can do something fun there. Yeah, so let's jump right in. Let's dump the number 4 of the container. So number 4 relates to this guy up here, right? 4 encrypted squash fs. Sif, put you out into flag.enc.squash fs. We know it's a squash fs because it says squash fs. Dump that, clear, file, flag, encrypted squash. We can see that it is a Lux2 encrypted volume. right? So when Apptainer encrypts a SquashFS layer for the Singularity Image Format, otherwise known as SIF, it utilizes the crypt setup or the GoCryptFS within the source code to call whatever is on the host at that time. So if you have a old revision of Luke's or something a little bit less secure cryptographically, you will be able to break it faster, but it pretty much calls crypt setup, I believe. We can verify that at some point. I'm not going to do that right now because it's going to waste too much time. Fun. What we can do as users is get information about that SquashFS layer. So if we do crypt setup, the same thing that Apptainer would utilize, we tab that out, we get a couple little settings we can use. So let's do Luke's dump flag encrypted squash. This is going to be extremely useful if you were utilizing something like Hashcat. It's so insane it doesn't even recognize the CPU. Like, so that's Hashcat RPM install. And then this is a root get Hashcat. It's blowing my mind. It's really, that's compile, newest version from source. Yeah, it's saying out of memory. The host has more than enough memory. So AMD GPU top has like 96 gigs of VRAM. Second side quest. Back. If Hashcat did work, right, we could go up here, type -hh grep I. Let's see what you're involved with. You are a Argon 2 ID, AES XTS plane 64. We get our offset here. We can utilize something that's in Hashcat called Luke's to dump, which will extract that hash for you. And then if we grep for Argon, we can see which module we would need. Oh, also down here too. Nice. Full disk encryption. Is that new? Oh, I think I know why you're broken. Fun. We're not going to need it, and you're not going to need it either, because we can use the power of crypt setup. So if we do, let's make a word list first. So we have the initial password here, right? And if we were to, let's do vim pass list, put you up there, comment you out for now. Actually, no, we'll just let you run too. We'll let you fail. We can see that the two X's are things that we need to replace for the brute force. I think we can already kind of tell what this password's going to be, right? 20, BC CTF 20, right? It's not 20. All right, welcome back. You probably didn't notice because of that very well implemented transition there. Future me. For IN, I think we just did the echoing of the passwords to ensure that they are correct. So OX BC CTF 20 $I for the variable, exclamation point, double quote, so that $I is interpreted. We're going to do crypt setup, Luke's open, test passphrase. If you have test passphrase and nothing here, it will take whatever is echoed in. Flag encrypt SquashFS. So that's do echo. Let's go back there. Do echo. If let's do like a logic here, right? Because if it goes through, it cycles through that list, it's not going to actually let us know which one it actually wanted, and I'm not doing 20 to 20, I'm doing 20 to 30. Schmert. If $ equals 0, where am I at? Then echo the password is BC or OX BC CTF 20 $I. God, I bet you watching me typing is so much fun. I am so good at typing. I'm the best at typing. I'm gonna keep on getting better. How to spike. Break. Else. Is it else if? No, with bash it's just else. Else. Echo. That is OX BC CTF 20 $I exclamation point. Ain't the password. Yeah. God, I lost all my steam. I started out that video so nice. I have no idea how YouTubers do this shit every day. Just so positive and like so much energy. What am I talking about? Fee done. Shut the front door. Well, will that still interpret test passphrase? If equals 0, okay, then echo password is okay, so yeah, that's not being interpreted correctly. What am I missing here? Is it the space?
Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. In the web shell, it doesn't allow. Let's make this simpler.
I think that's it. Yeah, there it goes. Cool. Awesome. I'm having the best day. What's on BirdCam? We'll edit that out. Great. We have the password for that Squash FS. Now, we're probably not going to be able to do something like a Python 3 HTTP server instance, but we will try. Now, let's do curl I HTTP. What is your name, sir? It is OOD mncc.local 9091. We're gonna have to SCPN, so let's cat r idrsa.pub. Take you, clear that, echo you into other way, bud. Let's go. Not root. SSH authorized keys. Let's SCP R Alexander Rodriguez. Okay, yeah. OOD mncc.local. And we're gonna want our home directory with flag.sif and flag.encrypt.squashfs. And we want you here. Nice. So easy answer would be obtainer shell f writable. Actually, this is a good thing to show first. Passphrase flag.sif. Take you, Mr. Password, with the exclamation point. Nice. Oh, we don't even need fake root because we are root. Nice. Decrypts. Okay, let's verify that we are in there. Yep, we're on an Alpine Linux system. Now we know that it put everything in the root directory, but since we are root, our bind mount just overwrote what is under us. So that squash FS layer that we saw over here, Apptainer, Sif, get it together, Michael, let's go. This guy, right? We can't see it because we just bind mounted a directory over it. So we need to incorporate something like a full clean env. And do we need a new UTS space now? But we could probably do no home. Will that work? God, gosh darn it. Son of a bitch. Go, 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 go. DFH. Are we mounting ourselves to root? It does not look like it, so we should be able to... There it is. Fun. Exit. The other way we can do that is crypt setup. Setup Luke's open. I think we need to specify a device though. Oh, I don't have tab complete. Open, flag, encrypt, squash. Let's do dev mapper mine flag. It creates it for you. You then mount. Yeah, so we should be able to go all the way back here. I was kind of right in the beginning. Now we can mount dev mapper encrypt mount LSLA mount. Yep, we can see the file system. So we can cat mount root flag. So 2 ways of doing the same exact thing. Yeah, that is the repos. I really hope I can put this together in a somewhat reachable way. Maybe put some bloopers at the end. I don't know how to do all of this stuff yet. I'm learning Kden live. So, fun. Let's do that same concept, but apply it to crypt setup. And we're back. You probably didn't notice it. Oh, fuck. Look at that. Looking good. You're looking good, mister. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I see what you're doing there.